Happy Tuesday, Complete Performance crew. This is an at-home workout for you to do during this shutdown. We'll be sending videos to you every day so that you have something to do and a means for moving your body. A reminder that this time you may shift your goal away from weight loss and away from strength building. Because as much as we would like to see that scale number drop or see more definition in certain areas of our body, right now the focus is on health, on moving your body so that we are staying healthy and promoting wellness. So as we go through these, I'm going to give you a bunch of different styles of specific exercises so that you can use whatever you have in your home, in your space, to move your body and get a good workout. If you have gym equipment lying around, I'm going to give you some variations for maybe some dumbbells, for maybe some kettlebells, bands, those types of things. If you don't have any of those, I'm going to help you move your body in a way that's going to offer its own resistance and to still give you a good workout. I'm also going to use things like water bottles, soup cans, books to help you get the best workout and use some things that are in your home. So let's get into the workout. For the workout today, we have 3 supersets. Each superset has 3 exercises. You will do each exercise, rotate through them 4 times. You'll do an exercise for 45 seconds, rest and set yourself up for the next exercise in 15 seconds, and then do that exercise for 45 seconds before resting for 15, going for 45 in the next one. Once you've done each of those 3 exercises 4 times, you're going to move into the next superset and repeat that pattern. I will send a second video showing you how to set up an interval timer so that you don't have to sit and stare at your clock the whole time. But first, let's go through the exercises. The first one today is a military push-up. A military push-up just means that our hands are going to stay right outside of our body. We want to push that floor away from us, keep that core nice and tight. We don't want elbows to be too far in, we don't want elbows to bow out. We want elbows and hands comfortably at our sides here. Push up and back down. Now, military push-ups are tougher, so if you need to modify down to those knees, this is what that variation would look like. Chest and hips are hitting the floor at the same time. Now, the reason for a military push-up, how this is different from your traditional push-up, is that arms in tight engages the shoulder, the delts. It engages the triceps and it engages the pec major as well as the pec minor. Just changes the angle at which we're working those muscles so that you get a little bit different of a usage of them. The second exercise is a plank press-up. A plank press-up, you are going to start in a high plank position. I want you to think that there is a string through to your belly button that's going to pull it up toward the ceiling. That's going to engage the core and engage those shoulders. What we don't want is to just push back and forth. It is a core and shoulder exercise. So really think about pulling that belly button up toward the ceiling, pushing through those shoulders to come back. Then our third exercise of this first set is a front raise. This is where, if you have some tiny dumbbells lying around the house, go ahead and grab those, hold on to them right on top of your thighs here. You are going to pull shoulder blades down, raise up to shoulder height. Here's a side view, up to shoulder height, and back down. Now, let's say you just have a band at home. How you can use that band is you can step on it with both feet, maybe one foot, and you're going to have those feet together, hands on front of our thighs, raise up to shoulder height. You're just pulling from a different direction, the resistance is coming from a different place, but you are still targeting those front delts. If you do not have a band, another great option is if you have 2 balls, tennis balls, lacrosse balls, softballs, baseballs, anything like that. Squeeze nice and tight and raise. That squeeze tight of that tennis ball engages all the way through that arm up into that front delt. So that's going to create some additional tension for that exercise. If you don't have any tennis balls, this is where fill up 2 water bottles evenly. Use 2 soup cans. Use 2 books that are about the same size. And you're going to squeeze tight again, raise up to shoulder height, and bring back down. Biggest thing, make sure that we don't arch that back that we keep our core nice and tight. We sit into those legs just a little bit. Squeeze and stop at that shoulder height. That is your first superset. Your second superset is a half kneeling shoulder press. Half kneeling, the knee that is down is the arm that you will be pressing with. Again, if you have dumbbells, feel free to use them. Keep that core tight. We don't want to lean over as we press. This kneeling position engages this portion of the obliques. You're pressing straight up overhead. You'll do one round entirely on one side, switch to the other side on the next round, and do 2 times each side. If you have just a band, you would kneel on the band and press straight up. The more you have underneath your knee, the more tension it's going to get. Let's say we take that out again, we don't have any bands, we have tennis balls, maybe water bottles, soup cans. Again, that squeeze through that fist is going to help create more tension. It's going to tighten you all the way down through your hip, and you can really work on squeezing and then pulling that shoulder blade down as you come down. Same goes with a water bottle or a soup can. The heavier or bigger those water bottles or cans get, the more resistance you are going to feel in that shoulder. Our second exercise is a bent over rear delt. If you've been to class, you know that we do these in the warm-up. Tip at your waist, back nice and flat, raise those arms up to shoulders. Okay, side view. Here, you would be perfectly okay doing these with just body weight. But if you're looking for some resistance, weights option would look like this. Back flat, tip to the waist, poking those hips back, raising to shoulder height. Bands. Bands can get a little bit tricky, okay? So you're here, step on it. I recommend with one foot and raise straight out to the sides here. Your hands may rotate out, and that is okay. You're just gonna incorporate a little bit more of that lateral delt to go with that rear delt. Balls and water bottles work perfectly again. That squeeze kind of pulls those shoulder blades in, pull them down toward your hips, raise out to shoulder height. That's your second exercise of the superset. Then we get into lateral raises. Again, a warm-up exercise sometimes. Feel free to just squeeze shoulder blades, really lift hands away. I want you to think that you're throwing something off to each side. You want it as far away from you as possible for a lateral raise. If you grab onto some weights, straight out to the sides this way. A band, you would step on it, raise straight out to the side, like this. Then, balls, water bottles, same thing, squeeze, raise straight out to the side. Keep the core tight, same as the front raise. We don't want to bow that rib cage out, we want to keep everything tucked and tight through here. Our last superset, we have incline push-ups to start. Use a stair, use a chair, use a coffee table, something to incline those hands for a push-up. You can have those hands comfortably at your sides. You don't need to have them as tightly tucked as a military push-up. You are more than welcome to drop down to your knees for this, but that pushing angle gets a little bit lower into that pec, works a little bit lower through those lats as well. Second exercise, a seated face ball. Now, if you don't have any equipment, that is perfectly okay, because for most of us, pulling in this position is tough because we're so rounded forward. I want you to sit up. If you need a back for a chair to help you sit up straight, great, then set yourself up on a chair like that. Arms are gonna come straight up. They're kind of at an upward angle here, and I want you to think squeeze shoulder blades, pull hands back. I want you to think that you're squeezing, pulling those thumbs into those ears like you're making this face. Okay, so here, squeeze, pull those elbows back. Notice my elbows are at shoulder height, maybe just above, and then I'm going to slowly relax, and then squeeze again. If you have bands, you would be able to set yourself up in a door. You can lock it, kind of close the band in the door, loop it on the door handle on the opposite side of the door. Set your chair up in front of the door and pull from there. I don't have a door in front of me right here. If you need a separate video to show you how to do that, I'd be more than happy to send it to you. The last exercise of the day, tricep dips. Again, set yourself up in front of a stair, a chair, a coffee table, a table, anything of that sort. But what you want to do is you want to have your fingertips pointed toward your heels. You're going to walk yourself up. You want to keep your butt as close to that surface as possible. Pull those shoulder blades down and really think about lowering the hips down. What happens a lot of times is we shrug and we get those shoulders up into those ears. We want to keep shoulders as down as possible as we can, lower, and squeeze through those triceps. That is your first workout. It's a great upper body strength at home workout for you to do. Enjoy it. Look for the video on the timer to go with it. And please don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Have a great workout and have a great healthy